What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades, and welcome back to our second Coin Bureau trading live stream. Well, we have been range bound this far in the week, which is exactly what we discussed as our expectations on Tuesday. So is the market gearing up for a bigger move after what Fed Jeremy Powell said yesterday? But before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. Well, you guys, really the long and the short is that markets are choppy and indecisive. No really clear direction as of yet. Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything looks kind of flat at the moment, but the stocks took a bit of a hit. And especially the energy stocks took really a big hit. And here is why, in my opinion. Trump made a comment saying that Iran reached out and might want to come to the White House. Now, while I think that was a bit controversial in my opinion, and probably was never going to be the case, it's interesting how the markets reacted. Now, that specific headline made oil prices drop fast since, that could have potentially meant easing tensions. And what that also means is like less risk supply and lower oil prices. But my observation is that oil has since recovered some of that drop, but energy stocks were the ones that were still lagging. Another story that was interesting is that there might be shipping disruptions due to tensions in Iran. Even though some people say that it's just Asia, disruptions still could spook the markets, in my opinion, and spark short-term volatility, you guys. So we need to be watching out for that. Now, in terms of volatility, the VIX was still quiet for now. It stayed kind of flat, but it looks like it could spike again soon. We're going to look at the chart together. Now, we also had the awaited Fed press conference yesterday, and during that, Jay Powell said that he still expects 2 rate cuts later this year, even though inflation is still high. He didn't really make a comment on the recent political or global events, but he did say that the rise in oil prices is something that they're also watching. But they also mentioned that the impact of that could be temporary. So Powell also hinted that the job market could weaken soon. And in my opinion, that combination is not great because that would mean high inflation plus weaker jobs is literally what's called stagflation, right? So it's usually what's not good news for the markets. And in general, the markets are still expecting the first rate cut in September and another one in December. We're going to look at the chart. But if inflation stays sticky, in my opinion, the timeline could be pushed back even to October because there were some percentages there also for October. We're going to have a look at it in a second. We're also going to look at the US dollar because it's testing a key level. And then we have the 10-year yield that is stalling, but it also looks like if momentum comes back, it might jump to 4.86%. That's pretty much it in terms of news. Let's see who's here. Well, we have so many people, you guys. Say hi in the chat. We have Mark Bass, of course, he's always here. Alan is here. Let's go. We have Arman, Christoph, Daniel, and Grinset and Mick Me. You guys say hi in the chat because I will remember every single one of you. Okay. Hey, it's Martin. Yo, yo, yo. You guys, how are you feeling out there? Should we do like a poll or something? Backstage, should we do a poll and see how everyone's feeling about the markets? Do you guys think that the manipulation move we were discussing on Tuesday, is it going to be up or is it going to be down? Right? What is the current manipulation? That's what I'm asking. Hello, hello. I hope the music is fine. Philip Dickens is here. Aka, hello. She thinks it's down. Or him, sorry, I'm not sure if that's a male or female. But all right, let's move quickly to share the screen. So yeah, what should we start with here? Should we look at that first? All right, you guys, restart the chat because as soon as I move the screen, the chat disappears for some reason. I want everyone to say hi and let me know, what are you feeling? Is it going to be up or down from here? Let's not make it about the manipulation because that might be confusing for some of you. All right, cool. Let's look at the charts together. What do I have here open here? A long arrow yesterday, the best prift ever. Down. All right, you guys are not very positive. I can still see that. Little down. No trading day for me, Mark Bass. Coin Bureau are hosting streams. Busy. Yes, lots of streams going on. Okay, so here we're looking at the, the bonds, the 10-year yield. And yeah, the reason why analysts are expecting that, and I can also see it on the charts. Why are they predicting 4.85 specifically? Well, my indicators are showing me the reason why, right? Every time you see the dollar signs like this, that means there is liquidity up here to be taken. But the worst bit is that they could even come up higher because there is liquidity to the top of that as well, around the 5%, even 5 plus, which is not that great. So yeah, and that's on a weekly time frame here. Looking at the bonds, we said that the VIX is flat. It really looks flat, but you guys, it looks like it might spike again. This is what I don't want to see, right? This is what I don't want to see. Also, the oil is up 1.5% today. Like, what is going on? And can you see that chart real quick? Over here, we have the Fed Watch tool. So we have basically 60% over here that we're gonna get rate cuts in September. Now we have 46.3 for October, but for some reason, I don't know, my intuition is telling me that we might get it in October rather than September. That's what I think. And also we have here December. Look at that. Like, everyone is saying September and December, but at the same time, October seems like more likely, most likely at the moment, not most likely, more likely than the December one. Right, so that's interesting to see. Sideways for a while, depends on Trump's mood. Yes, I agree. Recently it's been like that. It's been about him, hasn't it? Yeah, so okay, so this is pretty much the charts that I wanted to discuss in the news section, and we're gonna move to Bitcoin. Of course, we always like to start with Bitcoin. You guys are gonna start getting used to how I manage the live streams and how I read the markets. So the thing is, you guys, last time we were together, it was on Tuesday, right? On Tuesday, Wednesday, I took all the time to create a super cool thing for you guys, by the way. I'm super stoked about it. If you guys want to join my Telegram group, actually you can. I never had a Telegram group so far, but now we have Telegram group with Coin Bureau, and I've set it up for us. So I wanted to announce it today. So it's really, really cool. If you guys want to join the Telegram group, you can find the link in the description box. All you have to do is sign up with Bybit and like enter your UID in the bot on Telegram, and you can enter the Telegram group, which is going to include my daily reviews of the market even before we do any live streams, and that's going to be daily. So I think it's a pretty cool thing. So have a look at the description box and you can find the link for that. How to join the Telegram group. Really excited. I was kind of like really rushing to do it for you guys, so then I can come here on Thursday and give it to you. So hopefully you make use of that. I think it's going to be very, very useful. I do it for my own community. I do daily reviews every day, so you guys can make use of that as well. All right, so pretty much when we open the charts on Tuesday together, right? Yeah, I am on the charts besides that the whole day, whatever. But we kind of like did our assessment together live on Tuesday, and we said that for the week we're pretty much expecting a range bound price action to occur in this region, and that is exactly what's happening right now. Is it a good thing that we predicted in the right way? Well, I think it is, because that's giving me more confidence again on what we discussed on Tuesday, that this is going to be a massive manipulation that is about to come right after this range is exited. At the moment, the range is quite it's quite sad, it's like a mini range of like barely 2%. But whatever it is, that range needs to be exited somewhere, right? And in my opinion, right, we have liquidity down, we have liquidity up, so it might be exited in one of each directions, really. But who really cares? Because then I will know that this is going to be a manipulation move. So did we manage to start a poll? I think that would be very cool and engaging for everyone. Unless you guys gave all of your opinions already. I want to know who is new here for the first time at Coin Bureau Trading, and who's like regular. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, you guys. There's nothing else much to say because price has been absolutely flat. I'm gonna repeat it for anyone that just joined. We were expecting the week to range around here, which is exactly what we're seeing. We have liquidity to the upside, we have liquidity to the downside. This is on a 4-hour time frame, so quite a strong one. In that case, from here on, having in mind that the true week opened down here with a reversal, we know that after a reversal, it's a range that's supposed to come. And from the range, we're expecting then a manipulation. Whether the manipulation is going to be up, whether the manipulation is going to be down, we're yet to see. And once that move is clear, we know where the distribution is going to take place, whether it's going to be up or whether it's going to be down. I'm not going to lie, right now, the markets are looking very sad. There is not much liquidity. First time, you're welcome, Dre5110. So glad to see you here. I hope you guys enjoy my live streams. Let me know in the chat box. And again, if you want to join the Telegram group, make sure you do that. You can find the link in the description box of how to do it. It's pretty simple how you can get to my Telegram group. So all right, so that's as far as Bitcoin goes. We can talk about current potential scenarios. Like we have a point of control around here. I think maybe not on the 4-hour. Is it on the 4-hour? Well, the point of control is kind of like just at the top on the 4-hour. So what are we looking at right now? Just for anyone that doesn't understand, right? This is volume profile. I use it sometimes, but I don't use it that much, all right? So if you're new to trading and you're looking at volume profile, you're like, you don't know what you're looking at, right? So basically it's pretty much a tool. That little graph over here is going to show you where the 70% of the trading took place, and that will be like sort of in this area that's highlighted in blue. And then you're gonna have a point of control, which is in my case in red over here. And then you have these gray areas up here, which can serve you in a way as a sort of an order block, if you guys know what an order block is. But you can use that to help you refine your order blocks a little bit better, right? That's sure, but the market direction isn't sure. Yeah, market direction is never sure. That's the thing, right? So we just have to stack our confidence and make the best out of every scenario, right? And again, we can go around and talk about what could potentially happen, right? We can spend hours just, talking about it, but this is what I said. And I think that's how I'm going to keep your heads clear and everyone's heads clear around it. Ideally, we really want to find support around here. We really want to hold the 100K Bitcoin, because if we lose the 100K Bitcoin, then we might be entering a little bit prematurely, because it's still 19th of June, right? And I'm expecting for the range bound activity on a higher time frame to continue July, August, and September. So that's 3 months of a range bound activity that I'm expecting on Bitcoin specifically. So and how deep that range could go, I mean, we can only guess, right? We can only guess, but we can always like go back and look at other ranges that we were dealing with. Let's go on a higher, well, not a daily, okay, fine. Yeah, so let's say over here, right? Over here, we can pull our tool and see, okay, well, that range was around 20%, all right? We had around 20% range over here. What we don't want though is the range that made the low in August. I think it was 5th of August, because that range was a little bit of a hell, right? Here we're talking like 25, and the low came in at like 33% or something. So yeah, that was still a few months of price action. And again, like I said, that's what I'm expecting for the coming few months. So yeah, currently we're sitting at, let's see what the range is at the moment. Yeah, we're like at 10, almost 11%. So it could really be like, a big range, but we also don't know if we're gonna like come up here and make probably another high and then start ranging. Like, it's absolutely possible. We have to have everything. Armancy 91K. Mikmi thinks that we're going to 91K. Yeah, well, we do have support at the 91K, so it's fine, right? We have all the supports marked here. That's all using my indicators, you guys, that are custom made and I use for my trading every single day. This is the thing, you know, you're gonna watch a lot of people, like a lot of traders are using all kinds of indicators. I don't want that. I don't even have like the highest paying subscription on a TradingView, you guys, because I simply do not need it, right? I simply do not need it. I don't want to put 25 indicators on my chart and get like super confused. That's honestly the last thing you need. Music check. Oh my God, it's so low. A little bit higher, I think we can do that. So yeah, like I'm seriously, I don't need that many indicators. I just need my indicators that are 3 indicators and that's it. Maybe I put the volume profile in, nothing more than that, right? So anyway, in terms of, you know, I was thinking today, should I give you like my sort of view on how high we can go with like Bitcoin? I think that'll be interesting. So for that kind of stuff, I tend to use the standard deviation tools, right? I use a lot of the standard deviation. So if we have, you know, here measure our move using the standard deviation, we can see that the highest extension of that is going to lead us. Wait, did I calculate that right? How come I'm always getting like different numbers? One sec. Uno segundo, you guys. We need to mark that correctly. I think this is it. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. So this is how the standard deviation works. So this is in red because that's like pretty extended, right? So I think it could go higher. Don't get me wrong. This is as far as I'm using it. You can add even more numbers to your standard deviation, but I'm using it up to 4.5 because I don't really see price extending more than that. But you never know, right? If it extends one more time, then we're talking 150K, whatever. But for now, this is what I can see from the last move that we had around 74K, right? So we want to see what happens. Are we going to get that sooner, or are we going to get that in October, where we need to have the manipulation move that we're expecting to come in October, right? In the third quarter of the year. Yes, third quarter. So because, you know, interestingly enough, you can see how the tool really works, right? You can pull up the standard deviation, and that was from here, right, to down here, and you can see the perfect extension. Let's get rid of this a little bit, like that. You can see how it makes sense, right? It's coming down just between the minus 2.25, minus 2.5. So this is what I usually look for, right? I like to take profit around these areas. So that drop over here, for me, I was expecting it to exhaust right around this area. So in the same way, I'm using the tool for the upsides. Only simple stuff, you guys. Honestly, with me and here, you will only learn the stuff that are just working like clockwork and are super simple. I just absolutely hate confusing stuff. So yeah, we can pull up also the 4-hour to see what our current indicators are telling us in terms of direction. So okay, for now we have a higher target, but that is still within the range. So, you know, I can understand why you guys are bored. This is absolutely boring. But the good news is that we know that we have liquidity to the upside and to the downside that we need to take. And that's, you know, substantial, almost 8%, 7.8, 7.77% move that eventually we need to see, right, in the coming weeks, in my opinion. So that's that about Bitcoin, and we're gonna look at ETH. Let me look at the chat. Bitcoin falls to 91K. Me. It creates an inverted head and shoulders on the weekly. All right, the head and shoulders stuff. Yeah, I don't really trade patterns, you guys. I don't really trade patterns, even though if we look at the S&P 500, if my chart likes to load, it is looking kind of bearish at the moment, right? I think, you know, I don't personally trade patterns, honestly, you guys, but I don't know. I think, is this like some sort of like triangle or whatever do you call that? wedges or flags. Like, I don't understand. Whatever it is, or does it have to be like tapped multiple times or something? It seems like it's falling. No, I don't trade these stuff, guys. I cannot tell you about patterns and stuff. Obviously, I know what head and shoulders is, but yeah, I'm not using it for my daily stuff. Good morning. Hope the day finds you well. Yes, the day finds me really, really well. Every day finds me really, really well because I have nothing to complain about, honestly. And I think nobody really has anything to complain about. Like, there's so many bad things happening in the world, you guys. And we are like so good. Like, it's just, I'm not saying everyone, obviously, but me personally, I feel like it's a privilege nowadays to be just okay and safe. Do you know what I mean? Let's look at gold real quick. Positive energy. Yes, Alan. Positive energy. Yeah, gold was good to me. Gold is good to me in general most of the days. That's why I like to trade it, right? If crypto is not doing well, gold is doing great. And by the way, you guys, you can also trade these assets now on Bybit. And again, if you want to join my Telegram group, you can use your Bybit UID. Just follow the instructions under the description and you can get in the Telegram group. It's super easy. If I manage to set up the bot, you guys can go and send a message on Telegram. You know how to do that. Anyway, so we broke from the range on gold today, and this is what I was looking for because that's how we trade ranges, right? So it kind of like failed the 0.5, so I was expecting it to come out of the range, and on the way down I was looking for support on the lower time frame, so I managed to catch a few longs. I think the best long that I caught was actually, this was really good. It was just down here. I was trading the action. I think I took this wick also up here because I was expecting rejection of this liquidity. So I was up here for like, I don't know, $100 scalp. And then I found my support around here. I think it was on a 1 hour time frame. Am I wrong? Yeah, exactly. 1 hour time frame down here. I found my support and I took this move. So it was quite a good day today. Thank you, gold. I really appreciate you because without you, honestly, looking at the Bitcoin chart, there's not much happening. So that's why I tap into the traditional markets, and also my background is trading them anyway. So for me, it's like going home, you know? Let's see what's up in the chat. You have a glow. Do I? It's probably my makeup. Do we have any girls here? My powder is finished. Please help. Solana, yeah, okay, that's a good shout. We haven't checked Sol. SOL, what is happening? SOL, are you looking for SOS? All right, so on a 15-minute time frame, some liquidity. Not very impressed because it's still a 15-minute time frame. Let's go on a 4-hour time frame, see what's happening. Yeah, you know, yeah, bearish in my opinion still. Right, ideally I want to see it, honestly, like it's currently at support, but I wouldn't really hold my breath on it. Yeah, okay, we have Asia low, we taken Asia low, and you know, we're bouncing from support. Yeah, is there a trade here? Maybe, right? Not for me really, because I know that we have liquidity on the lower time frame. Was it the 1 hour time frame? I'm pretty sure there was 30 minutes. All right. Okay. Well, TradingView wants to be slow right now. Was it 12 hour? Can't be 12 hour. Oh yeah, it was 12 hour. Exactly. All right, you guys. So yeah, 140, 15, 12 hour liquidity on Sol. And by the way, the same liquidity pretty much on all kinds of alts, right? That's why I just like stayed away because I saw that 12 hour liquidity. Like, look, it formed in end of April. Right? So over here, yeah, we're all good. But once this happened, I'm like, okay, this liquidity is going to be targeted. So now that we're so close to it, I think this is going to be it. That's, in my opinion, what's going on right now. So yeah, hopefully we hold that level, right? Because if we don't hold that level, then it's going to be further downside. Let's open the rest of my indicators to see what's going on. All right. Yeah, maybe we can find support here. We can find support here. Fine. Daily. Let's have a look at daily real quick. Well, yeah, see, the bad news is that on a daily time frame, the first imbalance to be filled is down here. Like, honestly, I don't want to be going all the way down to the buy zone. But if we do, oh my God, is it a buy? But yeah, I do not want us to go that deep. And I don't think we will. So that's what the chart is showing right now. ETH, yes, let's look at ETH, you guys. Let me know, where are you guys from? All of you. So we have Arman, Mohammed, we have Aljaz, Mikmi. Where are you guys from? Jonathan? New highs before we range. Jonathan Brown. What does that mean? London, India, Slovenia, Albany, North Korea. Oh my God. ETH. Let's look at ETH real quick because we haven't seen ETH. Netherlands. Oh my God, I love the Netherlands. Ik hou van Nederland. Let's go. Ik klein beetje Nederland praten. I speak Dutch a little bit. That's where I studied. So, but my Dutch is kind of slowly disappearing, and it's really, really annoying. ETH. All right, ETH. Honestly, you guys, let's talk about ETH. Cool. So this is the range that we're trading. Oh, dankjewel. Dankjewel. He said hood basic. So cute. Okay. So yeah, pretty much bullish range. So that's the good news, right? So once we're in a bullish range, according to my model, right, which, by the way, I don't care what anyone says, this is something that is entirely my thing. I haven't studied it from anyone. This is something that I developed for myself, so make use of it, you guys. Scotland, that's pretty cool. Okay, cool. So Ethereum, well, yeah, so as per my model, in a bullish leg, I usually tend to buy from the 0.236. Now, there have been so many taps in the 0.236, so buy from the 0.236, first take profit 0.5, done. This is what we already said also on Tuesday. By the way, I'm just repeating for anyone that's new. You guys hit that like button if you haven't, please, because it's really going to support the channel, and we're all trying to grow here together. So do that if you enjoy the content and if you find it useful. So yeah, the first take profit at the 0.5, this is what I usually do. And then, yeah, if price rejects from the 0.5, I tend to wait for price to exit sub-zero levels. So in that case is sub 2,380, right? The good news is that we have supported that level down here. So I'm expecting it to hold. I really hope it does, because also it's going to be sort of like in this bigger range. This is going to be the lower side of the range, and like we discussed on Tuesday, again, for anyone that's new here, all right, for anyone that's new here, let's go a little bit okay, let's do it daily. I think daily is going to be fine. For anyone that's new here, we also know the sort of structure that we're finding ourselves with. Right, we have the range, initiation, bigger range. Is it going to be bigger initiation? I don't know, because this is a range, right? I don't care that we had this V shape over here. We're still within the range. So yes, however, we have this bullish leg down here. That's fine. So we can assess that. And by assessing that, I can also see that it's bearish, just like we said earlier. Worst case scenario, it can fall. It can fall off the cliff, worst case scenario. So yeah, this is where, you know, and by the way, when you have these initiation structures like this, right, range, initiation, that is when usually the best position for you will be, or for anyone, for me, for people that are trading, this is me teaching you, right, is going to be at the bottom of the range. And so considering that, that's the market structure, one. Considering I have 12-hour support over here, considering that, you know, all of this, I don't think there is anything else. Am I missing something else? I don't know. No, we have maybe double bottom here. That's liquidity, could be taken. I want to see it hold. I just want to see it hold. By the way, this is the mini range, but market is fractal. So you know, the reality of the situation is that on a higher time frame, if the chart decides to load, we can review Sol on a higher time frame. Let's get rid of the range. I'll get it back in a second. Oh my god, look how ugly that is. On a weekly time frame, it's just like, dude, this is just so ugly. On a higher time frame, wait, can we get rid of the no, actually, let's keep the indicators. It's good education for you guys, I think. All right, cool. So on a higher time frame for Ethereum, this is the range that we were dealing with, right? So for me, it was very easy to make money on that, because once I dropped from here, I knew that was a buy for me, right? I knew it. Once we reached up here, I knew that was a sell for me. So cool stuff. I was doing pretty great. So then I sold, right? First take profit as usual, 0.5, all good. And then this formed, right? So then I knew, okay, Ethereum is doing nothing, but I know that it is going to come up and take this liquidity. Where is the most likely scenario that this is going to happen? Well, obviously around the 0.5. Do I take trades from the 0.5? No, I don't, because any equilibrium on any range is considered a slaughterhouse, in my opinion, and in my trading education. So yeah, Peter, we will we will go to Sol once again in a second. So then again, obviously I waited for price to go to 0.786. Again, clean sell for me. Now the thing with this is that Ethereum is playing so dirty, right? It's playing so dirty because it came all the way down, right? It just completely disregarded 0.5. And it came all the way down, almost tapped into the 0.236. And as per my strategy, anything that hasn't tapped with price action 0.236 is still valid to make it above 1 or go into price discovery, which is super annoying because over here, I gave up on ETH. I was like, this is it. It's tapping the 0.236. We're not seeing higher prices than 3,900 or whatever the max we could get was potentially this liquidity over here. So that's what I was really looking at. But then I realized it didn't really tap the 0.236. So as per my rules, that means that we need to exit it to the upside. Now, what people don't understand, right? Or someone that's actually trading like me, maybe one of my students, for example, is looking at the 0.5 and is seeing this tiny little small price action at the 0.5. And it's like getting really scared, because if we exit this range to the downside heavily, this is not good at all. So Ethereum, whatever it does, it really needs to hold that area, and in my opinion it will. Now, whether I'm going to position myself at the low of the range, or whether I'm going to wait for price to fill that imbalance, it doesn't matter to me, right? Because I know where price is going at this point. Everyone that's new here, make sure you like the video, and you guys, if you want to join the Telegram group, you can find in the description box on how to do that. It's very simple. I even did a post today, even though there is no one in the group. Yeah, so you guys, if you want to join, make sure you check the description box on how to do it. It's very simple. What's up with Say today? Bounce like it found its bottom. Say, I don't know, mate. I haven't really looked at alts, but yeah, we'll check it together. Damn, so I have to draw my range again. That's fine, whatever, I'll do it later. Yeah, so this is for ETH. I promise I'm gonna check Sol real quick for someone here who asked, even though we kind of did already. Yeah, so basically bearish price action at the moment, giving signals here, rejecting higher time frame 0.5, so it needs to hold on a higher time frame, but it can play about as much as it wants here. I'm waiting it to take some liquidity down here, particularly I think this low over here on a higher time frame. Yes, so that low over here, and I'm gonna be looking to participate in the market. Okay, Say. Say medical. No, we don't want to look at say medical. Say first, always higher time frame. Yeah, so this was my alert here on say down here. So that was pretty much the level that I was looking for it to hold. Let's have a look at the higher time frame. Hold on 1 second. We can get rid of those old stuff that I did here. So yeah, this was pretty much the ultimate, you know, zone that I was looking for say. So I really hope it holds because it's supposed to be a very strong zone. And when by the way, you guys, I have this zone marked since price was since like August. You know, like I have the zone marked for so long and people were criticizing me. Gabby, what is your Instagram? All my social media is in the description box. You guys, if always you have a question about a creator that's on YouTube, we make sure that all the information everywhere you can find us is always in the description box of the video. And you guys should always check that, because if you don't, then you might get caught up into some, you know, some scammers or something, because a lot of people are making fake accounts. So you just need to make sure that you have the right accounts. Anyway, so on a daily time frame, I just want to showcase you again how the indicators work. We have a sell zone, we have liquidity here. We take the liquidity within a sell zone into a fair value gap. Within resistance, and that was where the price started dropping. All right, that's where the price started dropping. Now, the really bad news is that the price is coming from the 0.5, right? The price is coming from the 0.5. But this support down here was supposed to be very strong. And like I said, I had it marked for so long and people were thinking that it's absolutely insane. But yet again, here we are. We've reached the zone. So I can only hope that this zone is going to hold. And in my opinion, alts are going to get some strength around this ranging period over the summer. And yeah, that's what pretty much I'm looking for, you guys. Yeah, so this is it. And once again, please check the description box so you can find how to come to our Telegram group, my Telegram group that I set up for you guys. So just join there, because you're going to get the daily updates from me, and I'm going to share with you maybe some bits of my personal life. We'll see how it goes. But if there is people there, I'm going to be very, very happy, because today I posted and there was no one in the group. So yeah, that was the price analysis that I could give you today, guys. Can you tell what's the lowest level in a bear market? Yeah, we can keep that for the video next time, Abar. Why not? Okay, you guys, so I will see you on Tuesday. Remember, we're doing the live streams every Tuesday and Thursday. And if you want to find any information about me whatsoever, make sure you look in the description box, because that is where all my real social media accounts are and everything that you guys need to concern yourselves with. What group are you talking about? We have a Telegram group that I just set up for you guys today. So if you want to join the Telegram group, you can find the link in the description box. And Sydney girls will be your friends. What does that mean? Sydney girls, Australia? Yes, I love Australia. I love every country, actually. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one.